Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Days, the Minecraft series where we do technology. In the last episode we made a power plant and I already want to make that thing obsolete, so today we're going to make a nuclear reactor because that's a good idea. Let's go ahead and see what we need to do. So the first step in this whole, oh my gosh, there are so many pages. Well, the first step is choosing which one we want, and I'm going to go ahead and say we need this one. Oh, tough alloy, we need to make that. Alloy furnace is lithium ferroboron. Okay, that is not a problem. So in this mod pack, there's actually two mods that actually add nuclear stuff. So we got nuclearcraft and also HBM's nuclear tech mod. So both of those are adding nuclear reactors. So there's a lot of nuclear reactors we can make. However, today we're making a nuclearcraft reactor because it can give us isotopes that I will use later on, like Neptunium, and well, also maybe other things that are less useful, like berkelium. What the heck? What am I gonna use this for? I don't know. But the good thing is that we can get early game Neptunium, which can be used in a RBMK irradiation channel to be turned into some orange cheese ingots, which we'll need to make some batteries later on. This thing can speed this up, I hope. Oh, it actually can. I was not expecting that. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is take two furnaces and then, do this. It's fun. And now we've made the kitchen nightmare. It's a nuclear furnace. And we need a second one of these, because we need to make the actual control block, which is a fission controller. And that requires a machine chassis, which requires lead and steel. I don't have lead on me. Wait a second, there's a block of lead right there. I don't know how long this has been sitting there. It's been sitting there for ages, though. And now we have a machine chassis, and, well, you put these two next to the machine chassis, and then you do that. And now I need to make some other things. Oh, that is annoying. That's gonna require a bit. So, for that one, we're gonna need 16 advanced alloy. That is a lot of, tough alloy, I should say. But in addition to that, we actually need to make a thingy that I don't understand. A magnesium diboride alloy? What the heck is this? Oh, and it takes... Okay, so boron and magnesium. Okay. That's no problem. And in the middle of that, it requires tough alloy, which is expensive and annoying to make. I have 8 of this, and I am going to need a lot more of it. And now we have a fission controller, the most important part of this. I think we're gonna put this in the basement level because I don't really know. Where else are we gonna put this thing? I mean, we've already used the land out back. Now we're on to the easier part, which is making the actual casings. Casings aren't too difficult. I mean, you just do that basically for all of them. We're gonna want a pretty big reactor, I feel like. Now, of course, in order to save resources, we're gonna definitely not put any extra tough alloy casings on the corners here. We're just gonna go ahead and do this. What the heck? What the heck? You know, I always knew they hid Easter eggs on the bottom of these things, but what? Okay, I will just ignore that. Now, some things to know when designing your reactor. First things first, you can always make glass ones, which are kind of cool. So if you want to change a case into glass mode, you just do that. Now I have 24 glass casings, and I really didn't need this many. I just wanted to demonstrate, but, you know, I can always craft them back. Additionally, you can make hatches and doors. So, I'm gonna make a door. Why would you want these things? I don't know. To be honest, I can't see a good reason to have a door on it. Well, maybe to do, like, maintenance, that's a good choice, but I don't really know. So technically, you could actually put your house inside of a reactor. I don't know why you'd want to do this, but you can do this. In fact, you can even go inside of it while it's running. This is a safety hazard. This is a violation of safety here. But you know what? On this channel, we don't question these things, okay? We don't question these things. Reactor casings. I think we have enough. Now, of course, we have the best reactor here. We have, our reactor has a sunroof on it. What the heck? Now I remember what graphite dust is used for. I thought you used it to make ferroboron, but I was being dumb. So I was trying to make ferroboron by putting steel and graphite together, when obviously you use graphite to make steel, or coal, or some combination like that. To be quite honest, if I hadn't made the door to the reactor, then we probably would have enough casings for it by now. I also want to expand it later on. I want to have like the biggest nuclear reactor ever. It's gonna be great. I also need to make a hatch for it, but that's just for quick access, you know. So now we have a 4x4x3 fission reactor, but we don't actually have any cells in it. So what a cell is basically a waste of tough alloy. Oh wait, no, never mind. Basically that's what makes the whole thing go, and I don't have any of those. And I need to actually make more tough alloy for this. I need to make a lot of it. If that's not how you make tough alloy, what am I doing? Okay, so now we have what we need for the most part. So we're getting tough alloy from there. Boom. And I just got rid of all the steel I had on me. So I have to go back there and get it. So all this part really requires is steel and glass and more tough alloy. Yeah, that's what we need to make these things. Because without them, you can't actually have a reactor. You kind of just have a waste of resources at that point if you don't have these. Why would you even make this without having cells in it? You need cells in this thing. Oh, that's nice. It gives me... Oh, that's empty coolers. What am I doing? I don't need coolers yet. Yes, the placement of these does matter a lot. We gotta make sure we place them properly. Now, you can design your reactor however you want. You just gotta read what these things tell you. Yeah, eventually I discover cryothium coolers and also helium coolers, which just both combined to make the ultimate thing ever. Of course, you do need a bunch of other for the helium ones, you need other requirements for the coolers on those. You need redstone coolers, and that's pretty much it. Some of the coolers will tell you that it wants specifically one type of cooler next to it. So like, for example, the helium ones, they are the ones that only want one single redstone cooler next to them. If you have two, they don't work. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't tested, but it seems like that's how it's phrased. That would make sense. Oh, hang on a second. Must be adjacent to at least one reactor casing and one moderator block. I have a feeling I know how to make this thing like ridiculously efficient, only using magnesium. Okay, let's make a magnesium cooler. For some reason I don't have a lot of beryllium, so I'm just going to make a single block of beryllium for our moderator. Isn't beryllium a neutron reflector? I don't know if it's a moderator. Alright, now I want gold, iron, redstone, and water coolers. Yeah, it's basically a lot of the same coolers. So the water coolers, all I think they need is a bucket. Did I just do I made more reactor cells. I am a fool. I don't need more reactor cells yet. Well, I wish I could turn these back into tough alloy, but no, I've just wasted all my tough alloy making reactor cells we don't need yet. Let's go ahead and throw this in the box, where all the other junk goes. You know, if only I hadn't wasted my tough alloy, otherwise I would already have what I'm looking for. Now I need to go and get more redstone, because, well, we are basically out of redstone. Now let's go see what the iron farm is up to, because the iron farm's definitely going to have some iron at it, because it produces like 200 iron an hour, and we've been doing this for a while now. So I'm sure it's got a lot of iron at it, and also, even if it doesn't really matter. I don't need a lot of iron for this. I only need like a few pieces. And I also need some gold for this. Okay, so we're making gold coolers, redstone coolers, and then iron coolers. Funny thing about the redstone coolers is that they actually need you to make blocks for these, and you can't just surround them in redstone. Never mind. Okay. That makes sense. You only need one block for them, or two. Okay, so I got my coolers. I don't know how I'm gonna set these up. I just know I'm gonna set them up somehow. And then we need to start working on fueling this thing. So water is only valid if it's next to a case and a cell, so I guess something like that. And then the redstone needs to be Okay, next to a valid cell, so like that. And then the gold needs to be next to both of them. One valid redstone cooler and one valid water cooler. So those... technically, we didn't need all of the redstone ones, but you know what? I guess I'll make another... wait, does the redstone need to go next... yeah, it just needs to go next to a cell. So why not just plop that thing down there? And iron just needs to go next to a gold cooler, so why not just slap these things here and, I don't want to obstruct the way we go around, so... there. Now we can check our stats, and, this is actually a good number. However, I don't feel comfortable with this thing running on its own. So before we make the fuel, I'm gonna make a quick setup for this thing, and also another thing. Okay, so the other thing I'm making is wow, actually that is not too bad. I don't need to worry about this thing. It's, okay, so basically what we're making is, we need 8 copper, and that's pretty much it. So the other thing will allow us to basically pump stuff into the reactor. You definitely need to make these, because otherwise you can't even extract power from it, so why would you... Well, you could use it as a decay device, I guess, but what's the point in doing that? Just get some power from it. It's worth it. And we got some fission ports. Those are important, very important stuff. So the reason we're making this is because we need, basically, Neptunium, which you can only get from one of these things, or by doing magic. Or just by, actually knowing what you're doing with HBM mod. I would rather just do it this way, because it's just easier. So you can easily make fuel from the isotope separator by just taking your isotopes. And remember, the isotope separator is a magical machine that just does magic to separate these. And now you can just make those, and fuel is made like this. There you go, you got pellets of 235. I could have gotten 233 if I had set up the RBMK to make 233. I just didn't want to do that. Okay, so we still need the redstone dust for this part. We're just gonna make a comparator, because you can actually use a comparator on these, and it is very good to do that. Yeah, if you don't want your base getting turned into, I don't know, like just a wasteland, then definitely use one of these, because this will be very helpful. So we just need something like this, and now we just put that in there and hope it doesn't explode. It doesn't seem to be producing any energy at all. Oh wait, I think I need to actually put on a reverse thingy here. Torch, a redstone torch. What am I saying, a reverse thingy? What the heck? So basically when this thing gets charged or gets too hot, this comparator will start outputting that it's getting too hot, or getting, in this case, getting too charged for some reason. I don't understand why. Oh, and now our base is extra irradiated. That's a great thing. Okay, so it's actually a pretty good design apparently. I didn't expect it to work this good. I'm gonna put a ladder on it so I can climb up to this other level. But there is, of course, one big reason why I made this thing, and it's not to make power, it's to make Neptunium, and, well, we gotta wait for our stuff to decay in there. And for some reason, this thing is actually just detecting when it's got energy in it. Now, there is one last part about, or one last thing we need to do before we are finished, and that is put a chair in this thing and get the advancement Minecea. Oh, yes. This is amazing. Well, anyway, if you all have enjoyed today's episode, then please consider liking and subscribing. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them down below. I will see you all next time, and wow, I'm going really fast. Goodbye.